I want to give love to one of our fellow weekend co-hosts, one of our fellow weekend hosts that follows us every Saturday, Aaron Torres, right? Because he put this take out, and he said, hot take.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stop talking about, quote, fixing bowl games and start enjoying what they are. An early look at next year. We're not changing the portal calendar. Elite players are not playing in non-playoff games. It's never going back to the way it was. Time to enjoy what it is. And I thought this was incredibly timely because right now we saw probably why Malachi Nelson transferred from USC or went into the transfer portal from USC because Miller Moss just threw 6 touchdowns. Miller Moss, who is on the USC roster, Caleb Williams obviously opted out because he's likely going to be the first overall pick in the draft. But we had a ton of true freshmen for USC playing in that Holiday Bowl, and it was hella fun to watch.
Sure was.
So I'm with Aaron on this one. The transfer portal has changed college football as we know it. We see that to be true. However, instead of crying about what was, instead of crying about what should be, let's enjoy what is. Let's enjoy what is, because what we got to see was Zachariah Branch play a bigger role in USC's offense. We got to see a lot of different things go on in that game, especially the ascension of Miller Moss. Now, you're looking at USC's like, dude, I think we got our starting quarterback for next season. We're not in the portal at all.
Absolutely.
So just take a second. I know it's different than what we're used to seeing, and maybe they'll adjust the transfer portal time, so they'll do it after bowl games or whatever. But until that day, let's just take it for what it is, because you saw Marcel Reese come in for a Texas A&M team that has been decimated with transfers. Guys just leaving the program after Mike Elko hired from Duke.
Well, they fired the coach, so.
Well, it's fired Jimbo. But I mean,
they fired Jimbo.
But, he went out there and played well.
Yep.
Starting quarterback is hurt like the first play of the game. He goes out, plays well. This is an opportunity for you to see the future of your college football program, whichever one you are, unless they make the tournament, of course, like the college football playoff. And then you see very few people opting out because they want to win a championship. But until that day, it is a preview on what's coming next season. And I don't necessarily believe in the idea of playing bowl games at the start of the year of the next year. I don't love that. I don't really love that.
That is stupid.
Seniors, because I get it. A lot of people are opting out, but a lot of people still aren't, right? And if you're a senior, this is still supposed to be student athletes, and I understand that may be an antiquated idea. But I would like to give seniors an opportunity to send off at the Pop-Tart Bowl or the Holiday Bowl or the Kraft Armed Services Bowl or whatever.
The Duke's Mayo.
Yeah, Duke's Mayo. I'd like to see that. And coming up, we will have, in about 45 minutes, we'll have a game. We'll have our own bowl game. Dun, dun, dun. But, VJ, what's your take on the transfer portal impacting bowl games?
I'm going to rant here for a second, man, because I get tired of these stupid words in sports that people come up with, especially in social media. And one that drives me crazy is casuals. And casuals is thrown around when someone thinks someone doesn't know enough information and he's a casual, so he thinks this, or he's a casual, so he says this. Let me tell you what a casual really is. A casual is a guy who thinks that these 43 bowl games don't matter. Yeah, they don't matter to you because you don't watch a lot of college football. You don't watch a ton of college football. You watch the big game on Saturday at noon. You watch the night game that comes on ESPN with Herbie and Fowler. And stuff. Yeah, you watch those games. But for people like myself and Martin and a lot of people, especially Aaron Torres, very thoughtful tweet. I read it and I saw that this morning. Clicked like on it. We are college football heads. We watch a ton of college football. This will also help, and I've been saying this for years, this will actually help some of you NFL fans that swear you're this big NFL fan, but you don't know about this guy, you don't know about this guy. Watch college football. Watch the bowl games, because that's where they come from. You talk about Caleb Williams. How about Drake May sitting out? How about this kid Harrell? You think they have a quarterback problem in Chapel Hill? Nah, they got their guy. But we saw last night. He got a chance to play, put some tape out there that goes into the offseason. Let me tell you something else that happens with these bowl games. Recruiting. You don't think that, it may not be if Michigan gets a guy or if Ohio State gets that guy, but it matters between Troy and Tulane when you got a running back or a receiver that can help turn that team into a 3+ win team the next year. It matters for those guys. Stop crapping on those teams in those games right there. How about the money? You don't think these schools can use the money they're getting paid from these sponsors for these bowls? Yeah, if they could. If they couldn't, then they wouldn't do it. How about coaching? I watched Tulane last night. against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is 6-6. They're playing in the rain. Virginia Tech's got no business beating an 11-2 Tulane team that's got a new coach coming in that they brought up into the booth, and he expressed how great it was to be back in New Orleans, and he was from here, and he was there at Tulane, and then he left and went to Troy. Now he left Troy, and now he's back, and his family, and his wife, and his kids, and his daughters, and that matters. But he also sat and watched the team lose, which means he knows he's got work to do because they lost to a 6-6 Virginia Tech team. But you don't think that Virginia Tech team from Blacksburg is fighting for that 7th win? It matters whether you finish 6-7 or 7-6. And then the memories and the families that don't get to go to every game, that may live in the area where the bowl game is and get to go see their nephew or their cousin. I was someone who was a recipient of stuff like that. When my nephew Kendall played at Carolina, I didn't get to go to Chapel Hill all the time. I was living in different parts of the country. But when he came up to Boston College, I got in my car in Bristol. I drove 2 hours and 45 minutes up I-95 and went to Chestnut Hill and sat courtside and had a chance to sit and watch my nephew play in a Tar Heel uniform. And it was one of the only games that year that I got to see live when he was a true freshman there. This stuff matters. And if you don't like it, don't watch. But I get tired of hearing every damn year how much you don't like bowl games. I don't like mushrooms. But you know what I don't do every time I see a mushroom? I don't tell people how much I don't like mushrooms. If you don't like it, guys, then don't watch it. But the ones who do love it and like it, just let us love it and like it. Why is it bothering you? And we can also go to some ratings. UCLA and Boise, that was 2.38 million. That's more than what these NBA games are drawing and playing tournament that you guys were loving so much. And if you think about some of the other games that were drawing huge numbers or just decent numbers, Northwestern and Utah, 3.9 million people watch Northwestern and Utah. That's Big Ten, Pac-12. These games matter. They may not matter to you because you don't watch enough college football. But for gentlemen like me, like my illustrious partner to my right, Martin Weiss, and our teammate here, Aaron Torres, they do matter to us. So let them matter to us and just go binge watch on Netflix and watch something else if you don't like it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you right there. It's like you could just turn it off.
Thank you. Like no one cares you don't like it. Okay, next.
Yeah, but no, to me, especially when you think of what the genesis of what college sports really are, and it's the last time that a lot of these guys will play, we're focusing on the 1%, in my opinion, of the guys who are even though was thousands of kids in the transfer portal, there's tens of thousands of kids who play college football.
Exactly.
You know, like there's so much more than the portal or a Caleb Williams or the top 30. Then the top, 32 times 7? I can't do that type of math all the time. 200 and something NFL draft picks there are every year. There's so much more to college football than that.
Let me ask you this. Did you miss Caleb last night?
No.
Thank you. Neither did I. Anybody out there, tweet us right now, Fox Sports Radio. I dial a couple. Did you miss Caleb? Did you miss Caleb last night? I said once they lost their second game, what I say on Martin and VJ, I thought he should have stopped playing then. To be honest with you, the tape got worse. Now, I disagree with Mark. I don't think he's still the undoubtable number 1 overall pick. I think there's some questions there. Did you miss Drake May last night against West Virginia? No. But I got to see Harold. I got to see this kid, and I was looking forward to Malachi Nelson. Malachi Nelson said, yeah, I'm out here right from Los Alamitos right up to 405 here. But, I mean, come on, guys. Like, this stuff's great. You're watching, and also, everybody's not going to play on Sunday. Everybody, what's your line? Everybody's going pro and something other than?
Most of the
there
people going pro and something other than sports.
You don't think this matters to
that's
a
not
senior?
My line. That's an Enterprise's line.
His line, yeah, I know. You just love saying it. But you don't think a senior that's not going to play in the senior ball, you don't think this matters to him and his mom and his dad or his brother, his sister, or granny, or his abuela, his papa, his pawpaw, that stuff? You don't think this matters to them? Don't nobody care that you don't like it? I care that the kids, I watch every bowl game. You guys know I'm the DVR sports king of this business. I'm going to watch all 43 bowl games, and I'm going to enjoy it.